Eminem, Guts Over Fear. Let's go.
Word.
Always boxing, huh?
I was gonna say he's a boxing fan.
He came out with Terrence Crawford.
Feels like a close, it's coming to. Fuck am I gonna do? It's too late to start over. This is the only thing I know.
Sometimes I feel like all I ever do is find different ways to word the same old song. Ever since I came along from the day the song called How My Name Is dropped, started thinking my name was Fall. Cause anytime things went wrong, I was the one who they would blame it on. The media made me the equivalent of a modern day Genghis Khan. Tried to argue it was only entertainment, dog. Gangster? Nah, courageous balls. Had to change my style. They said I'm way too soft, and I sound like AZ and Nas. Out came the claws, and the thing's been out since then. But up until the instant that I went against it, it was ingrained in me that I wouldn't amount to a shit stain, I thought. No wonder I had to unlearn everything my brain was taught. Do I really belong in this game, I pondered? I just wanna play my part. Should I make waves or not? So back and forth in my brain, the tug-of-war wages on. And I don't wanna seem ungrateful or disrespect the art form I was raised upon. But sometimes you gotta take a loss and have people rub it in your face before you get made pissed off. And keep plugging, it's your only outlet and your only outfit. So you know they're gonna talk about it. Better find a way to counter it quick and make it I feel like I've already said this a kabillion 80 times. How many times can I say the same thing, different ways that rhyme? What I really want to say is, if there's anyone else that can relate to my story, bet you feel the same way I felt when I was in the same place you were when I was afraid to.
Bro, as I was about to, as he was saying, I just want to know if someone else relates. I'm like, bro, that's literally my entire brand. That's my entire brand.
Legit.
Flawd is taking negatives and making them a positive, working them out, taking losses and learning to win.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? That's a real thing. That's literally it's my that's how I live my life.
And you have there's you
Turn
can live your life another way, but it's like
it only makes sense.
It only makes it harder if you don't do it this way, I feel like.
It only makes sense, bro.
Dude, is that why Sia hit her face all the time?
I don't think that's Sia.
Why does it say featuring Sia?
Because she never shows her face.
Oh, I thought this girl was singing right now, and I was like, is that why she doesn't show her face? Is that vitiligo? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, but this is a person playing
her.
Yeah. But
okay.
That's literally, that's everything. That's what I do, bro. He rhymed that the entire times, huh? And I tell you all the time, what I've learned to do, because I used to be like, I can't write. I used to try to write on concepts, and I would get not concepts, but like themes, and I would get writer's block because I wasn't just expressing myself. Right? I should have just been rapping. Fuck it. If I could rap. And once I get the hang of it from doing it so much, then I can talk about whatever you want. Whatever you want, you get better the more you do it.
Yeah.
But instead, I was like, expectations, like I want to make a song about this. And then I'd be like, but I don't know how to approach it. And then I would just fuck myself up and be like, oh, I got to say the first right thing and the first second thing and the right second thing and the right second third thing and then it would just never happen because I'm like overthinking everything.
Yeah.
But what I've learned since I've started rapping again, and it took for me to stop rapping and stop being like I'm not gonna be a rapper, to be like I can say whatever I want. And now that I can say whatever I want, I feel like I say the same things a lot in different ways.
Yeah.
That's literally I talk about my life over and over again.
And it always sounds
in all these different ways. And it's like, that's how I feel, but it's real. And it's the easiest way for me to create. You know?
Hell yeah.
I really related to that verse a lot. They said he sounded like AZ and Nas crazy because he bodied Nas on EPMD too.
Yeah, he did.
That's wild. He said the media, maybe the equivalent of a modern day Genghis Khan, tried to argue it was only entertainment, dog. We literally were just talking about that. That's the song we just listened to. What was it?
The first one?
No.
I mean the second one?
Yeah. Oh, Stimulate.
Yeah.
Stimulate was about that. Like,
and I was entertain you.
And before that, we thought he was talking about Robin Williams. I'm like, oh, he's still the same. But like, this is later on. This came out years ago though, but still, it's the same themes. Mm-hmm. So he's right. He makes the same songs and that's what happens when you rap your life. That's the thing. People
You'll always have.
People try to do too much, and it's like you just gotta be relatable and creative.
Straight up.
That's the most important thing.
Authentic.
But yeah, I try to break it down without actually breaking it down. You know what I mean? Without actually going through it, because I feel like that was like these songs like this, they're straightforward,
uplifting. Like
you can hear what he's saying, and you can fully. It's not really. It's more of the what he's saying than like catching every single
the message.
Bar. Yeah. Even though we probably missed some things, but like I say, reactions aren't about catching everything every time. You know what I mean? But he definitely did say a billion. I saw you guys say he made up his own thing. That's probably a real number, right? Numbers don't end, so everything's probably a number. Even numbers that we don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
You have to name every number. There's no way you can name every number because they never stop. It's an infinity.
Yeah, so it's probably a number. Yeah, unspecified large
probably.
Number.
Don't say probably.
It's probably.
But unspecified. That's exactly what I was saying. Anyway, yeah, this is. Someone said this is Willie. I mean Winnie.
Oh, okay. I know who she is. The model.
Yeah, Winnie Harlow. I said Willie. That's funny. All right, let's continue.
A single sound, afraid I will never find a way out, afraid I never be found. I wanna go another round. An angry man's power will shut you up. Tripwires fill this house with tiptoe love. Run out of excuses for every word. So here I am and I will not run.
Coming to fucking my gonna do. It's too late to start over. This is the only thing I know.
It was like I was there once. Single parents, hate your appearance. Did you struggle to find your place in this world? And the pain spawns all the anger on. But it wasn't until I put the pain in song, learn who to aim it on, that I made a spark. Started to spit harder shit, learned how to harness it while the reins were off. And there was a lot of bizarre shit, but the crazy part was soon as I stopped saying I gave up, fuck haters started to appreciate my art. And it just breaks my heart to look at all the pain I caused.
But what am I gonna do when the rage is gone and the lights go out in that trailer park?
And the window is closing and there's nowhere else that I can go. It flows and I'm frozen, cause there's no more emotion for me to pull from. Just a bunch of playful songs that I make for fun. So to the break of dawn, here I go recycling the same old song. But I'd rather make Not Afraid to than make another motherfucking We Made You. Now I don't wanna seem indulgent when I discuss my lows and my highs, my dumb eyes and my uprise. Pray to God, I just open enough eyes later on and gave you the supplies and the tools to hopefully use that'll make you strong enough to lift yourself up when you feel like I felt. Cause I can't explain to y'all how dang exhausted my legs felt just having to balance my dang self. When on eggshells I was made to walk. But thank you, Mark, cause that gave me the strength to cause shady mania. Someone to empty that stadium. Least I made it out of that house and found a place in this world when the day was done. So this is for every kid who all they ever did was dreamt that one day just getting accepted. I represent him or her, anyone similar. You are the reason that I made this song. And everything you're scared to say, don't be afraid to say no more. From this day forward, just let the mayhoes talk. Take it with a grain of salt and eat their fucking faces off. The legend of the angry blonde lives on through you when I'm gone. And to think I was
afraid to make a single sound, afraid I would never find a way out, afraid I'd never be found. I wanna go another round. An angry man's power will shut you up. Tripwires fill this house with tiptoe love. Run out of excuses for every word. So here I am and I will not run.
I have to pause it. Hold on. I'm gonna pause it for a second, say some words, press play again, and then we'll talk about that verse. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah. She's amazing.
Chills. Bro. I feel like this nigga was talking to me, bro. I feel like he was speaking to me. I'm telling you I'm Eminem. I'm telling y'all.
I'm him.
That shit made me emotional. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That was real shit.
It was raw.
Damn, bro. I think I relate too much. Trying to chill. Go ahead, talk a little bit. What'd you think of it?
I mean,
Shit.
I liked it. It was a good song, but I probably wouldn't listen to it again.
Bro, that shit hit. I feel like he was talking to me, bro.
But it was good. I like it. He's always not good, but there can be times where I'm just like, maybe I wouldn't listen to it again.
Nah, that's how I was feeling maybe with the first verse, but that second verse made me be like, nah, that was something else.
Well, maybe once we break it down and go through it, I'll have a new.
I'm trying. I just keep thinking about it. My brain's not letting me. My brain is like holding on to it.
It was motivational for sure. It was like
more than motivational.
Uplifting song.
That shit was like fucking goodness.
I see why you why you can.
Damn, bro, that was wild. I'm trying to fucking chill.
Would Ashley say I'm going to be listening to it again? She's stupid.
Damn. All right, go ahead, start. Go, you start reading.
I know what it was like. I was there once. Single parents hate your appearance. As you struggle to find your place in this world, and the pain spawns all the anger on. How do you feel about that?
Keep going.
But it wasn't until I put the pain in song, learned who to aim it on, that I made a spark, started to spit harder shit. Learned how to harness it while the reins were off.
Crazy. That's crazy. So basically, overthinking, trying too hard to fit in, struggling to find a place, hating the way you look, having single parents. Basically, same story for a bunch of little boys in America.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And little girls, but like men are different than women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like single parent
it affects,
usually goes to single mothers.
Yeah.
And single mothers for boys is harder
Yeah.
than it is for girls, in my opinion.
True.
So, but there are single dads out there. Shout out Sarge.
Yep. And being a boy being raised by a woman, like you don't know how to deal with anger. Anger is your fucking main issue when you're growing up with a woman.
Yep.
Knowing that you could break this lady and she's treating you like, especially when it's a mother like Eminem or my mother. My mother isn't Eminem's mother, but there's similarities. There's a lot of parallels there, bro, with drugs and just terrible upbringing and like treating your son like a piece of shit, like the word piece of shit at times. Like growing up as a little boy, dealing with that and knowing you could punch this lady in the face, but not doing it.
And you're told your anger is a bad thing.
Yes.
And
you're told you're
suppress it.
Yes. And you're crazy. Even if you try to say anything back, if you use any kind of logic, you're just a terrible fucking, like you're doing too much. And you're basically getting punked by a woman your entire life. Is what happens in single mother to boys.
Yeah. A lot of times. Majority.
Because then the mother also starts hating the son because it's the father's son. And it's like your connection to this nigga, so now she treats you like you're a real enemy. Sometimes be like, oh, this is my son. But like treat you like a real enemy.
Yeah.
And growing up with anger, bro, and not being able to ever channel that shit. If it wasn't for rap, I'd probably be a murderer.
And that translates to adults as you're into an adult too, because now you have like a lot of single mothers push that onto your adulthood. Like no matter what, you'll always have to like take care of me as a person.
There's nothing you can do about it because you're already fucked without a father. As soon as as soon as you go through like puberty and things like that, it's like your life is something totally crazy when you don't got a father there. It turns into something totally different. You know? And and then all that. Like if it wasn't for rap, bro, legitimately, I would have had no outlet. Which is why I take it so seriously. My only outlet was like the only time I ever really felt like I was doing something was rapping, where I felt like I was like getting better or something, like I'm working on something, like something that I'm in control of.
Yeah.
And it's my brain and no one can stop it.
A product of you.
Yes, and then and it's like something that's created in that moment. So exactly, a product of you, exactly. So no one can recreate that, or they could try to, but it's you. You had to experience it.
Yep. Better no father than a bad one. I think it's.
I don't think so.
I think if you've never had a
think you
father,
need
you don't
some
know
kind
what
of
it's
man.
like to have a bad dad, and if you've had a bad dad, you don't know what it's like to not have a dad. So I don't think you
some
can.
kind of man in your life.
I think
just think
yeah.
bad, good. You still need an example of a man in your life, and I think without that, a man without that is dangerous. This is why we have, like this is why America is the way it is. This is why Black America is the way it is in reality. You know what I'm saying? Like some places it's not as bad. Yeah, it depends on how bad. Obviously, it depends on how bad.
True.
But like, what they call a bad father is what? Like, what do you mean? Like abusive?
I think
Okay,
that's
yeah.
incomparable,
I
honestly.
think, like super abusive is wild. But I needed to get smacked. I needed a man to fucking smack the shit out of me, which then he wasn't there. So I ended up in jail. Like I ended up having the biggest fucking the worst father, the most strictest father, which is a fucking jail cell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And COs. It's like that you need some kind of man, I think. You don't need a bad example? I think you do. See? That's crazy. What's a bad example?
Because
That
then it's
sounds
an
like
example
feminism.
of what not to be.
Yeah, that sounds like feminism to say
When
you
you
don't
get
need a
older.
bad example. You do. You do. You need a good example. You need a bad example. It's duality of man. You need all these things.
Yeah, you
because
need
you're going to
both.
come into them in life. You're going to see them in life.
Yeah.
You need to have some kind of experience in your household. This is why young men don't respect their elders. This is why young men in America don't respect their elders, because there was no type of man that had to teach them actual, real control, like the control that you get. What I just said, when you think you can beat your mom's ass because you know you can. It's not the same kind of control when you know you can't. That's a very different thing. That's two different things. And a man needs that because that's what this world is, bro. That's what the world is. Anyway, this is a whole different conversation. This is a whole different conversation. But anyway, that is crazy. I relate to it. Then he said, learn how to harness it while the reins are off. Dope bar. Dope bar.
Like harnesses are reins,
Yep.
or reins attached to a harness.
Yes. Yes. A harness is reins, right? I thought they were the same thing.
Well, like reins, I know are like on a horse, right? And it
Yeah.
goes in their mouth.
I thought
But
that
maybe
was
it
this.
attaches
I thought that was what that is, but maybe.
reins,
maybe,
harness.
Maybe.
I think it just goes in hand.
Maybe. Hold on here. And it just, hold on, my bad. And it was a lot of bizarre shit, but the crazy part was soon as I stopped saying I gave a fuck, haters started to appreciate my art. And that's how it goes.
Facts.
What happens is the place where you're most comfortable, I think the place where you're most comfortable is where people will accept you. Even if you, and it's like, a lot of it is shame. A lot of it is society telling you you're not supposed to be something. A lot of it is like you basically trying to appease everything else because you think it's going to make your life easier, but instead it makes you crazy.
Yeah.
It makes you jaded. It makes you end up coming to a point where it's like, I don't give a fuck about anything. And then people are like, I respect it, which makes you an example for other people. But
Yeah.
it's like, to get to that point, it takes a lot of like,
Giving a fuck.
yes, giving a fuck, which is what you have to learn not to do. You have
Yep.
to give a fuck to an extent. Obviously, we're in a society. You
Yeah,
live in a society.
But like
But-
when you give too much of a fuck,
yes, when you care what
like
people
you said,
think,
hate your appearance,
when you care what people
struggling.
think is the thing. You know?
Yeah.
And he went into this. He went into that on
Yeah.
here even more. And it just sounds like he was talking to me.
Sergio, real quick, said a good uncle can do it. You're right about that too, for
but
sure.
My uncle, exactly. My uncle was a crackhead. Him and his girl, him and his mother. I mean, him and my aunt like physically fought all the time, stabbed each other. He knocked out her teeth, like all types of shit. But this same uncle was like the father figure I had, and gave me real game.
Amazing at
like
it, yeah.
real game. Even though I saw him go in and out of prison, saw him do drugs, saw him abusive, saw all this shit. When I was like, when I really needed it, when I had got out of jail, me and him all together, and I'm like, don't know how to fucking live, going through anxiety and all this shit.
He was the one.
Before he died, he was like, he just like,
It was always
he
him.
made me more comfortable with life, and to this day, it had an effect on me. It made me want to do better.
Yep.
Because he was a bad example of things, but he also, my mother demonized this dude so much in my head. Like, she hated him. They hated each other. But it's like, I get it because I deal with my mother as well. That's her brother. They know each other. So it's like, we had a connection. You know what I mean? And it was real blood family. You know what I mean?
R.I.P.
And that's why his sons, my cousins,
That's what we just went and saw.
that's what we went to see. Those are like my brothers. You know what I mean? Like, this is a real thing. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. I can relate to this so much. This dude is he's the truth, bro. This just sparked all this off this. That's why it was like, I was thinking real life this whole time, bro, as he's going through all this.
And it just breaks my heart.
Oh, yeah, and it just breaks my heart to look at all the pain I caused. But what am I going to do when the rage is gone? Then the lights go out in that trailer park, which is crazy because he made trailer parks cool. He made trailer parks acceptable in America. He made you look at trailer parks different. You're like, oh, Eminem came from a trailer park? I guess they're not. Like, I guess they are terrible, like just like hoods, but they're not like, you think you can't fuck with no one out of a trailer park. Then Eminem comes out of a trailer park and you're like, everyone wants to be this nigga. People from suburbs want to be this nigga, and he's from a fucking trailer park.
Straight up.
But I think that is an issue too. I think people used him as like they vicariously lived through him through his anger.
Yeah, a lot
and,
of people.
His dysfunction. And
I think a lot of people did.
Vocalize that shit. Hold on here. Oh, yeah, and then you start going into bars. And the window is closing, and there's nowhere else to go with flows, and I'm frozen because there's no more emotion for me to pull from. Bro, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he's still, when he gets like real and starts talking, this is the thing. You could tell a story, an emotional story about like a story, like a movie, like, oh, a love story, whatever, and like 25 to Life, like him and hip hop, cool. But this is like him just speaking facts. And it's like, it's hitting so much more real because it's his real life. Like, this is what Andre 3000, what am I gonna rap about? Like, nigga, your life.
What happened to you?
You're an old head. Why wouldn't you fucking rap? You're one of the best rappers in the world and you're not rapping. You could really, this is what the game needs.
Yeah.
And he says no. He plays flutes.
Hey.
Maybe he's marketing. Maybe he's gonna fucking drop an album and he's gonna go crazy.
Maybe.
But like, Eminem is like, even at 34 years old, I'm like, I can see he still is, he's a, I don't want to say role model, but like, yes.
Yeah, look where he is
now. You know
now.
what I mean? Like, look where he's at. So successful, like, most successful rapper ever.
He's a role model for the kids that need this.
Yeah, like me.
The people that go through shit that.
People my age were listening to this.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But yeah, then he said, for me to pull from, just a bunch of playful songs that I make for fun, which is a thing he also does. So, to the break of dawn, here I go recycling the same old song. I'd rather make Not Afraid 2 than make another motherfucking We Made You. I don't know what We Made You is. But Not Afraid is probably my least favorite Eminem song. One of my least favorite Eminem songs for sure. So that's even like, that's why I said he's talking to me, because like, I don't fucking Not Afraid.
Yeah.
And he said, I'd rather make another song that people hate, because a lot of people love it, but I hate it. That you hate, than make another something from way back in the past. He'd rather make another motivational song than another. Well, I don't know what We Made You is. You know, I don't know what that is, so we're gonna have to react to that at some point. But it seems like old M, so you'd rather be present than old.
Is there a song called We Made You?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Lead single from Relapse. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is though. But now I don't want to seem indulgent when I discuss the lows and my highs, my demons and uprise. Pray to God I just opened enough eyes later on and gave you the supplies and the tools to hopefully use that'll make you strong enough to lift yourself up when you feel like I felt, because I can't explain to y'all how dang exhausted my legs felt just having to balance my dang self. When on eggshells, I was made to walk. But thank you, Ma. You gave me the strength to cause shady mania So when they empty the stadium, at least I made it out of that house and found a place in this world when the day was done. I couldn't even get through that. I couldn't get through that. But that's real shit again.
Straight
and
up.
It sounds to a person that, I feel like, I don't know, to a person that ain't been to the bottom, it doesn't hit. You know, because that's the type of shit that people don't want to hear. That's what they're saying. They want to hear old Eminem. But like hearing that.
Yeah.
It's like real shit, because this nigga literally is the person that you loved. This is the person that you're saying is you used to like him when he was back then. He's that person right now and is at this point currently. So the person that you were idolizing at that point, you're stuck idolizing the past. and he is a real person that grew into what he is today, even more successful, and you call that corny. That's crazy.
Yeah, even though it's like, how can you?
It's the same nigga.
Yeah, it's
He
one
is
person.
what he
He's
only is this because he was
he's
this.
grown.
So if you love this, then you should love this. But it doesn't even make sense. So, like, but anyway, all of that, he still is dropping gems, is what I'm saying. So he's giving tools for you to get through what he went through, what he just said, what I felt. When I felt how I felt, I'm
He's
hoping
got
I can
gems.
give you what I actually felt so you can know how to get through that shit.
Yep, and come out of
Yes, and come out of it alive.
it. Yeah.
This nigga's a beast, bro. This shit just connected with me, bro. It really did. Hold on here. So this is for every kid whose all they ever did was dreamt of one day just being accepted. I represent him or her, anyone similar. You are the reason that I made this song. And I felt that shit. And everything you're scared to say, don't be afraid to say no more. From this day forward, just let the a-holes talk. Take it with a grain of salt and then eat their fucking faces off. The legend of the angry blonde lives on through you when I'm gone. And to think I was afraid to make a single sound. Afraid I would never find a way out, and afraid I'd never be found. I didn't want to go another round. An angry man's power will shut you up.
Yep.
Tripwires fill this house with tiptoed love. Run out of excuses for everyone. So here I am, and I will not run. That was
Great
Flames.
message. Great. Is it like redemption? Is that the word?
I don't know.
Like when you come out on top?
I don't know. I guess. Yeah, redemption story.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. That was fire. You love this, but hey, not afraid. Yeah, not afraid. Just I don't like it. I don't like the sound of the song, especially when it goes up really high at the end of the whatever that last part is.
Maybe because it was,
The album. What album was it?
I think maybe because it was on the radio so much. I don't know.
That's probably what it was too. But I didn't like it the first time I heard it. But I forget what album it was on. But that album is hit or miss. The things that I hear from that album.
Tiptoed love because his mom could fly off the handle at him and if he
Yeah.
tripped the wire. Yeah, like he
Yeah,
has
I
to walk
figured.
on eggshells.
Yeah, I figured out what that meant. I just didn't say it. I was like overwhelmed.
Well, it was a question.
Yeah, but I was overwhelmed. Fucking good song, bro. Good song. Great song.